provide the following for secondary schools and some selected district education directorate. Mr. Speaker, GET Fund will supply 2 million pieces of metal mono decks and chairs, 200 unit 66-seater buses, 200 double cabin pickups, and 50 saloon cars. Right Honorable Speaker, President's economic diplomacy is yielding results. During his recent visit to China and Japan, he secured about 60 million United States dollars for the construction of a science and technology university in the Savannah region at Damango, Mr. Speaker, and a modern market at Aflao. Mr. Speaker, I now take you to the health sector initiatives. Right Honorable Speaker, health is the heartbeat of national development, and no country can build lasting prosperity without healthy population. The 2026 budget marks a decisive step in our national journey to reset, modernize, and expand Ghana's health infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, government will begin the construction of 6 new regional hospitals for 6 newly created regions, beginning with 3 hospitals in 2026 and 2 district hospitals at Bole and Shama. Mr. Speaker, also in 2026, government will complete 10 Agenda 111 hospitals. Mr. Speaker, in addition, we will continue the following abandoned hospital project. Mr. Speaker, we will continue the La General Hospital, Efiem Kwanta Hospital in Sekondi Takoradi Metropolis, Komfo-Anokye Maternity Block, and the Ashanti Regional Hospital in Sewua. Right Honorable Speaker, this project symbolizes our commitment to restoring trust and confidence in public health care delivery. Mr. Speaker, government will upgrade 7 hospitals to provide enhanced maternal and child health services. Right Honorable Speaker, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, also known as the Mahama Cares, was established by the Ghana Medical Trust Fund Act to guarantee sustainable financing in the treatment of non-communicable diseases and specialized medical services. Mr. Speaker, too many Ghanaians battling chronic diseases such as cancer, hypertension, diabetes, stroke, and kidney diseases are forced to choose between life and livelihood. This goal is to build a health system that provides care for every Ghanaian, regardless of income or location, and to move decisively towards universal health coverage. In 2026, Mahama Cares will introduce a comprehensive NCD financing, non-communicable disease financing policy that defines eligible conditions, approved service lists, tariffs, and essential medicines. This will ensure that patients receive uninterrupted care without exorbitant out-of-pocket expenses. Mr. Speaker, diagnostics and treatment centers will be built on a PPP basis in all major hospitals across the country. This will provide testing and treatment facilities for all the key identified non-communicable diseases under the Mahama Cares program. Right Honorable Speaker, in 2026, we will retool the Ghana Armed Forces. Mr. Speaker, before I proceed, let me honor the late Dr. Edward Kofi Omanebuama, whose vision laid the foundation for the retooling of our armed forces. In his memory, Mr. Speaker, government will, from 2026, launch a comprehensive modernization program to strengthen the Ghana Armed Forces, Navy, and Air Force to today's evolving security challenges. Mr. Speaker, this program will upgrade logistics, equipment, and infrastructure across all services. Mr. Speaker, for the Army, government has moved to renegotiate the 80 million Elbit Systems contract to secure 19 armor personnel carrier needed to boost ground readiness. Mr. Speaker, for the Navy, we acquired the 272-meter offshore patrol vessels fitted with helipads and modern combat systems to protect Ghana's maritime borders, offshore energy assets, and trade routes. Mr. Speaker, these ships will restore control over our exclusive economic zones and strengthen national resilience at sea. Right, Honorable Speaker, for the Air Force, the procurement will begin in 2026 for 4 new helicopters and 2 aircraft to enhance airlift, patrols, and emergency response operations. Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, let me repeat. Right, Honorable Speaker, let me repeat. For the Air Force, procurement will begin immediately in 2026 for 4 new helicopters and 2 aircraft to enhance airlift, patrol, and emergency response operation. Mr. Speaker, this retooling agenda will transform Ghana's armed forces into a modern, agile, and mission-ready defense force worthy of our sovereignty and the sacrifice of our heroes. Right, Honorable Speaker. The Ghana National Fire Service lacks basic equipment to enable them function effectively in their duty to ensure public safety and to protect lives and property. Government will retool the Ghana National Fire Service with 100 fire tenders and assorted fire equipment. Mr. Speaker, government will also work with the private sector to bring in high-rise fire equipment. This will improve the effectiveness of Ghana National Fire Service to respond to emergencies. Mr. Speaker, I'll take you to water. Access to clean and safe sanitation is more than infrastructure. Indeed, it is a foundation of dignity, public health, and national resilience. Right, Honorable Speaker, in 2026, we will intensify our effort with a bold and practical program to complete key water treatment assets across the country. So, Speaker, we will begin the construction of critical water treatment plants in Damango, Tamale, and Yendi to provide quality drinking water for the rapidly expanding populations in these 3 major cities of our country. Mr. Speaker, sports remain one of Ghana's greatest unifying forces and a powerful drive of youth development, community pride, and national identity. Yet, for far too long, large parts of our country, especially the new created regions, have lacked the facility to nurture and showcase talent. Right, Honorable Speaker, the Mahama administration is determined to change this. Beginning 2026, government will commence the construction of modern sports stadiums in 3 out of 8 regions without sports stadiums. These new facilities will provide opportunities for young athletes to develop their skills, attract sports tourism, and serve as a training hub for regional and national teams. Beyond football, they will also support athletics, volleyball, boxing, and other disciplines that have long defined Ghana's sporting heritage. Mr. Speaker, we also take this opportunity to acknowledge the resilience and commitment of our Black Stars, whose qualification for the World Cup continues to inspire our nation. Right, Honorable Speaker, in 2026, government will rehabilitate the National Theatre in Accra. We will also commence site acquisition and design of a second National Theatre in Kumasi. Mr. Speaker, we will establish film fund to revive the film industry, such as Kumawood and other film associations. Right, Honorable Speaker, we will also establish creative arts fund for the arts, music, fashion, food, and other creative sectors. Right, Honorable Speaker, in 2026, government will increase allocation to the District Assembly Common Fund to peoples living with disability from 3% to 5%. The Speaker, part of this amount will be used to acquire and distribute rechargeable motorized wheelchairs to people living with disability. The Speaker, the distribution will be done through the National Council for Persons with Disability. Right, Honorable Speaker, effective governance begins with evidence. That's what we cannot measure, we cannot manage. Mr. Speaker, the budget renews government commitment to building a data-driven economy anchored on accurate, timely, and transparent statistics. Right Honourable Speaker, in 2026, the Ghana Statistical Service will be rebasing the GDP and CPI to better reflect today's economy. This will sharpen growth and inflation data, strengthen planning, and provide regional GDP estimates to guide local development. The new CPI will give truer picture of living costs across all regions. So, Speaker, I now take you to resource allocation, where the resources are going. So, Speaker, as we enter 2026, we move from stabilization to acceleration. This budget translates confidence into concrete investment that improves daily lives. So, Speaker, including the provision of better roads, schools and hospitals, reliable power, jobs, and targeted support for the vulnerable. Right Honourable Speaker, what follows are the headline allocation that will drive delivery in 2026 and set the pace for medium term. Mr. Speaker, to unlock round-the-clock productivity, export and decent jobs under the 24-hour economy, we are provided an allocation of 110 million Ghana cedis in 2026 for the implementation of the 24-hour economy program. Mr. Speaker, we will be leveraging with the 24-hour economy program will be leveraging with GIF and DBG and provide private capital to keep financing largely of the sovereign balance sheet. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated an amount of 2.2 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Right Honourable Speaker, of this amount, we have allocated 245 million Ghana cedis for the Nkokon Nketsi and Livestock Program. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated another 200 million Ghana cedis to the National Food Buffer Stocks Company to purchase excess food storage. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated an amount of 6.9 billion Ghana cedis, equivalent of 500 million, for the National Policy on Integrated Oil Palm Program between 2026 and 2032. Right Honourable Speaker, to facilitate transportation of farm produce to market and reduce food inflation, we have allocated 828 million Ghana cedis for the construction of 1,000-kilometer agricultural enclave road for 2026. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated 690 million to commence the operationalization of the Farmers Service Center. Right Honourable Speaker, we have allocated 2 billion Ghana cedis for phase 1 of the Rural Electrification Acceleration and Urban Intensification Initiative in 2026 alone. We have also allocated an amount of 15.2 billion Ghana cedis for the energy sector shortfalls. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated an amount of 4.8 billion Ghana cedis to pay down some of the IPP legacy debt as we have negotiated. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated an amount of 4.3 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Roads and Highways for road construction. In addition to this, Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 3 billion Ghana cedis to the Road Maintenance Trust Fund to construct 10 kilometers each in 166 constituencies in 2026 to keep roads more travel in our constituencies. Right Honourable Speaker, to strategically open the country, linking nations, national and regional capitals, we are allocating 30 billion Ghana cedis in 2026 for the Big Push program. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated 33.3 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Education for its program and activities in 2026. Again, Mr. Speaker, aside the amount allocated to the Ministry of Education, we have also allocated 9.9 billion Ghana cedis to the Ghana Education Trust Fund. Mr. Speaker, we have provisioned an amount of 4.2 billion Ghana cedis for the free secondary education program. Mr. Speaker, to end the double track, we have allocated 1.1 billion Ghana cedis for the infrastructure programs I mentioned earlier. Mr. Speaker, again, we have allocated an amount of 537 million Ghana cedis for the no-fees stress policy. Mr. Speaker, that's not all. We have allocated 25 million Ghana cedis for free tertiary education for persons living with disabilities. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 3 billion Ghana cedis to be able to procure 4 sets of textbooks for KG books and workbooks for about 200,000 learners, 4 sets of primary textbooks for 2 million learners, 9 sets of JHS 3 textbooks for 500 million learners, and procurement of over 2 million pieces of metal monodecks and chairs, 200 units of 66-seater buses, and 200 double cabin pickups for the distribution to the secondary schools across the country. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have also allocated 2 billion Ghana cedis for the construction of 200 new junior high schools, 200 new primary schools, 200 kindergartens, 400 KG 4-unit teacher bungalows, and 400 places of convenience in underserved communities. Mr. Speaker, to improve learning outcomes, we have allocated 157 million Ghana cedis for capitation grant. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have allocated 1.98 billion Ghana cedis for school feeding program. We have allocated 292 million for free sanitary pads for girls. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated 207 million for the teacher training allowance and 169 million Ghana cedis for BEC registration. Mr. Speaker, we have programmed an amount of 9 billion Ghana cedis in 2026 for national health insurance claim, essential medicine, bridging support, and free medical health care. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated 2.3 billion Ghana cedis for the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, the Mahama Cares, to support Ghanaians battling chronic diseases such as cancer, hypertension, diabetes, stroke, and kidney diseases. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have allocated 474 million Ghana cedis for nursing training allowances. We have also allocated 600 million to construct 3 new regional hospitals. Again, Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 79 million to upgrade 7 hospitals and provide enhanced maternal and child health services. Mr. Speaker, that is not all. We have allocated 100 million Ghana cedis to complete 10 Agenda 111 hospitals. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 1.1 billion Ghana cedis for LEAP program to protect the vulnerable. Mr. Speaker, to crowd in finance for women-owned micro, small, medium enterprises, we have provided 401 million Ghana cedis to fully capitalize the Women's Development Bank. Mr. Speaker, 400 million. Mr. Speaker, this is the minimum capital requirement needed to establish a standard commercial bank. Mr. Speaker, to scale skills for jobs at pace, we are allocating 170 million for the National Apprenticeship Program. Right, Honorable Speaker, digital skills and SME competitiveness. We are providing 100 million for the National Coders Program and 160 million for the Dumawura Program. Mr. Speaker, we have also provisioned 100 million for monthly allowances to Assembly members. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 8.9 billion Ghana cedis for the District Assembly's Common Fund, with a minimum of 80% of releases flowing directly to the District Assemblies to execute priority projects. Right, Honorable Speaker, we are repeating the 2025 guidelines for spending the 80% in the 2026 allocation going to the District Assemblies. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated an amount of 207 million for the rebasing of GDP and CPI and related activities. Again, Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 150 million Ghana cedis for the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, for the activities against illegal mining and forest degradation. Mr. Speaker, government has allocated an amount of 20 million Ghana cedis to the Film Fund as seed money to revive the film industry, such as Kuma Wood and other film associations. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated 20 million Ghana cedis to the Creative Arts Fund as seed money for the arts, music, fashion, food, and other creative sectors. Mr. Speaker, that is not all. We have allocated 400 million Ghana cedis for the Integrated Recycling and Compost Plant Project, the ARECOPS. Mr. Speaker, an amount of 100 million Ghana cedis has also been allocated for the construction of fishing markets. Right Honorable Speaker, again, an amount of 50 million has been allocated for the purchases of fishing nets and outboard motors. We have also allocated 100 million Ghana cedis for the aquaculture development. Mr. Speaker, again, an amount of 500 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for district housing, including resettlement of the Akosombo Dam spillage victims. Mr. Speaker, an amount of 200 million Ghana cedis has also been allocated for the construction of mini stadiums in 3 regions. Mr. Speaker, again, an amount of 150 million has been allocated for the procurement of fire tenders and assorted fire equipment. And finally, Mr. Speaker, an amount of 150 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for the Black Stars to participate in the World Cup. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. The 2026 budget statement and economic policy of government is specifically designed to create up to 800,000 new jobs. Mr. Speaker, I repeat, the 2026 budget statement and economic policy of government is specifically designed to create up to 800,000 new jobs. The 63 billion road contracts under the Big Push awarded so far would generate an estimated 490,000 new jobs. Mr. Speaker, this estimation is consistent with the World Bank metrics on job creation from road infrastructure or road investment. Mr. Speaker, the 3 new garment factories will create over 20,000 direct jobs. 7 agro-processing plants will employ about 700 people directly and thousands more through supply chain. Mr. Speaker, national policy on integrated oil palm development will create 250,000 jobs across the value chain. Mr. Speaker, the farmer service centers would generate thousands in machinery operations, maintenance and logistics. Right Honorable Speaker, these investments are not isolated. They are part of an integrated national effort to turn stability into jobs and growth. Right Honorable Speaker, government is putting real capital behind the private sector, which is the engine of jobs and growth. In this regard, we have capitalized the National Investment Bank and will capitalize the ADB and CBG with 1 billion Ghana cedis before the year ends this year. Mr. Speaker, the 400 million Ghana cedis allocated to the Women's Development Bank would deliver affordable financing to small businesses and enterprise, such as Labisi Adam, Prince Layovo, and Caroline Sphere, who I met during my engagement at the Takoradi Market Circle and the Kotokraba Market. Mr. Speaker, in agriculture, 1.7 billion Ghana cedis is being invested in roads, processing zones, and value chains, value additions. Mr. Speaker, directly where jobs are created and livelihood are improved. Mr. Speaker, the new VAT and income tax reforms will cut businesses, will reduce business costs by 6% and free funds for expansion and job creation. Right Honorable Speaker, we are building an economy where businesses can grow and employ more. Inflation is down, the city is stable, and the interest rates have fallen sharply. Mr. Speaker, together with reliable energy, fiscal discipline, and policy predictability, these measures are restoring confidence and drawing private investment back into the economy. Right Honorable Speaker, job creation is not a slogan for us, but rather the purpose behind every policy, reform, and investment we make. Mr. Speaker, this is how we build the Ghana we want, a nation that produces, exports, and provides decent, lasting work for every Ghanaian living to contribute to its growth. Mr. Speaker, I now go to conclusion. Right Honorable Speaker, the 2026 budget statement and economic policy. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, let us take a moment to appreciate how far Ghana has come in just under 10 months. Mr. Speaker, the Mahama administration assumed office on the 7th of January 2025. We inherited an economy crippled by high debt, fiscal recklessness, high inflation, fast depreciating currency, low investor confidence, dwindling foreign direct investment flows, massive uncontrolled corruption that has become endemic, draining public resources and suffocating growth. Mr. Speaker, we also inherited high energy insecurity, high unemployment, and unbearable hardship for almost every Ghanaian household. Right Honorable Speaker, Ghana was indeed at the bottom of the abyss, a nation in distress with its economy bleeding and its people weary, yet yearning for a government with a courage to turn this around. Mr. Speaker, through decisive leadership, bold reforms and resilience of the Ghanaian people, we began to turn the tide. Mr. Speaker, the result speaks for itself. In less than a year, we have recorded a strong economic growth, falling inflation, a strong and stable cedi, improved external buffers, restored fiscal discipline, deepened fiscal reforms, strong and independent fiscal oversight, lower borrowing costs, significant debt reduction, restored investor confidence, expanded social protection, better debt management strategy, and massive infrastructure development. Right Honorable Speaker, this progress is the fruit of sacrifice and discipline. Ghanaians tightened their belt, businesses adapted, and government stayed the course. Barely a year ago, our economy was uncertain. Today, the cedi in your pocket is stronger. Prices are reducing, and new opportunities are emerging across agriculture, industry, and technology. Mr. Speaker, to our international partners and investors, we say Ghana is back, strong, credible, and open for business. Right Honorable Speaker, the story of Ghana is no longer one of crisis, but a recovery and renewal. Mr. Speaker, the reforms we have undertaken are not quick fixes. They are the foundation of resilience, competitiveness, and inclusive economy. Right Honorable Speaker, the Mahama administration is not just stabilizing the economy, it is rebuilding a nation. Our commitment to fiscal discipline, social equity, and sustainable growth remains firm. Mr. Speaker, we will protect the gains we have made, consolidate stability, and ensure that no Ghanaian is left behind. Right Honorable Speaker, this budget is more than numbers. It is a message of hope. It tells every Ghanaian child, farmer, teacher, trader, and entrepreneur that their sacrifices matter, that Ghana's recovery is real, and that their government is working tirelessly to build a fairer, prosperous, and self-reliant nation. Mr. Speaker, the storm has passed. The foundation is firm. The horizon is bright. Together, Mr. Speaker, under the visionary leadership of President Mahama, the nation builder, we are building the Ghana we want. A Ghana that works for all, thrives in peace, and stands tall once again as the beacon of Africa's renewal. Mr. Speaker, we are indeed resetting for growth, jobs and economic transformation. Right Honorable Speaker, I so present. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, this is the most watched budget. Honorable members,
So what you're witnessing there in your shot are chants from the NDC MPs, the majority MPs, as against a subtle demonstration from the MPP MPs on the budget. These are reactions. The speaker struck the gavel severally to get the attention to get composed shortly after the finance minister, Dr. Castle Ato-Forson, finished the budget. But they aren't coming.
Emra Shebedwafie ena yekọ ye akohomesika ede bebo my Ghana ho bra emfisha pimino ene aduonu nsiemu no ena omay photo samfo ru akesa Ato-Forson ede ho nsem nyina akotudwa ewo Emra Shebedwafie no na de na ohwe ewo TV no so sesia no eyade se edom dodo no ema ene dom kuma ne ma ena wonom eto nom na akwese dom dodo no adoso ede echen edom kuma ne ntino na chese wonom ebomusa Mahama is the hope eno omoto ede echre na chese abra owura Ato-Forson anu siwie ye no na wonom efirase se woto nwom no na Emra Shebedwafie achi amehene owura Bagwen abon homoden ase wobema Emra Shebedwafie atena sese de beya wombetumi ato adwumadie no so na afei akoba ne sei no initial comment ahodo a wase wonom edema dom kuma no ba no dani be kasa saa so na dom dodo no ba no dani be kasa ansana wonom ato adwumadie no so na no na wonom toko so to nwom na aka ho biema akora Mr. Speaker wasori ya chese wapie afri chamber honom a woko ne office ne nyina ene se dede na eguso ekoso a edom dodo no wonom eto nwom na enne na owura Ato-Forson abone homoden a watumi ede 2026 budget statement no ede akotudwa ewo Emra Shebedwafie nsam de wabro dodo na so ene de akire wo abra wo frase no wo ma Ghana fo nyina etiase se abra wonom ebedi ade no won beto ekado sopuo pa ya na emene oman ene enema na nsisi so asa omo ayede oman ne hye omo nsa bandada no owura Ato-Forson kire se wonom amanage oman ne ye se de ewose anka wonom eye no eno eka ho bi ema ene yehu de yehunu nanso ogiri se nkakra no omampani John Dramani Mahama etoto enema se de ebeya bibia ebetumi atomu na bibia akoso fefefe enti se de akoye no enche yebekọ Emra Shebedwafie na yakodi nkomo sanse kuasapoma ene the rest of the team ewo ho a omo ebetumi arapin app ewo ho ede amayen na ohwemu anachese ene free and crime ede Kumase kwantempon no ya eye Accra Kumase expressway no eno so owura Ato-Forson abo ho amane kire se sabre ya yeduru no eye ade se wonom ebehwe na womatumi aye sa kwan no ma aboa akobadie ewo enkuro akese mienu a ewo ye manmu ya enkran eye natran ye kese mu eye capital ena afi the second capital eye Kumase no said the beya akobadie ho nsem no ebetimi akoso wano enti no eni eda kwan se afia yebesim no ekọ no wombetu saa anamon no saa nso ena wabo amane eche se saa kwan kuro ya wonom ebeye no interchanges mako be se nwotwe ena wombedwiri eguso a ebeboa ma akobadie ho nsem etimi akoso wano ama bibia etumi akoso enti saa brede nana ya opare enso ewo hanom enti yahwe de ekoso Emra Shebedwafie na
said you kwame woka no sapepepe nche yebekọ parliament na unim say ahead of said one more kase parliament na eniema huru bebre na na amanfo ehwe mu oko business community na ade ba kwa na ha dwene pa edema womo eye womo nyuma no eye bibi ti say covid levy na womo ehwe mu say parliament and the finance minister ekono obehwe se yes covid levy no yebetwam anase ebe ne den na eno anene yewura Ato-Forson de atudwa akire se womo ayidi afiri honom a migidi se manfo dodo na no ani beje papa se abanesa isanse na womo echese sa levy na ne eje port no ade ana ha adwene ewo enioma bia na womo ahwe mo ntie ne yade ba ko a meka se de anije bebre na de baba
abesoma meka se proud to 2024 elections no na the then candidate Mahama current president Mahama eka ho asem editia the previous administration say covid ba ye ekọ and amai bia omo introduce COVID levy no omo nyina ayi de afiri ho nti onte ase yenti a was a Ghana de COVID no World Health Organization ye wiase nyina kuba atom hwa kom de ho nsem so e declare the say no it's no more pandemic enti se ekoba ne say na se ye da so tua ho levy na ye kɔ ne say enti me enya me nwanwa se omoyi e de afiri ho se before first budget or kan ye no na nka nipa dodo na akra hwe animu se obeyi sa COVID levy no e de afiri ho nti this time I hear the second budget in President Mohammed's administration where you sa COVID levy na afiri ho no I'm not surprised enya me nwanwa and mi gidi se nipa dodo na nso ani beje ho because se COVID ni ho biem ye de bai se COVID nti ye de sa levy na ba ye de beboa se de be ya ye bitumi e de akon COVID no and COVID ni ho biem nti levy no te ho ye den
okay o de no to nchen ade ba ko na Ghana for ni e call ahead of 2024 election no o hwe campaign no emu nsam ade ba ko be kan ho asem pass free senior high school education and na course on this double track system no we said na NDC a promise say omo ba omo the policies ahodo nhihye bi begu akwamu a betime aboa se de be ya sa double track ni betwam ya aboa ma academic calendar no omo atimidi ye ne di akirema yatimi akire ade yi esan se omo kan se o hwe time na school for the school bo ko 2 months pe na wa baba betena fie ubisa na ose ya makwan omuntimi ensua de manoma ntimi nkoso eti no bi ahwa ni mu se sa budget we no nhye ben na aban ede egu akwamu se obetimi ayi bi na dodo na kwapo ahwa ni mu se sabria nka ese timi free ho na so utie finance minister say wo mo the policies nhye begu akoma the next 2 years no na ye ahwa ni mu se sa double track ni ayi ede afuati ne na ka ahwa ni mu se ni mu ye betimi aye no na it is mfemienu na esa ba be kan biom ansana double track
I want say and also the previous administration can ho asem say enye ade a uba ya betimi clear ne sa because wo hwe the number of students are omo school mu say ene say wo ka say wo ye ni nyina you need infrastructure and you and I know say uko senior high schools ahodo no mu a obi okra dormitories kra no currently ya ye running double track kra no they are suffering say ombetumi enya enough dormitories any classrooms ahodo esua de because emofra na doso eye free ene obi atimi kobi enti se me ne o time a wentimi entua fees a won kobi no yes enti is good say ebetimi free ho but ni nyina board down to infrastructure within 2 years timeline na finance minister edi ato ho no say otumi ama the necessary sika ombehia ewo ministry ho na infrastructure was say omu provide ansana yatimi a cancel sa double track no mtumi de ma fine 2 years e we achi so eni achiri but so we say oh ye infrastructure sa adan na wusi say ye dormitory say ye classrooms ni ade within 2 years I'm sure say sika no wa they can do enough ye betimi aboa ma sa double track no ye free ho say de opani no ebo ho amane nti nya ade a na ya bayira abrewadwo say uba ya tintontan ye twa double track no because 2 years no enu no na form 3 4 awie ko form 2 4 mo the next 2 years no mo so awie ko so ebeboa ama emu ahenha do form 1 4 beba next year na but sa no now dey boaboa ho a betumi dia provide sa infrastructure na ebeboa ma watumi ya cancel sa double track
right nti so when eguso asabe finance minister ye budget for 2026 what the atudwa akire na some of the visuals now hwe no live from parliament ene enuoma hodo bia obehwe na watimi ehu se de ekoso se ohwe bibia na ehwe effective VAT unse ye tama parliament and simple finance minister oye so de ne ne budget yi ebekono ade ba kwa no mafododo na eka ho asem se de be a o introduce tax fufobia because etwa yetua no Ghana ha no omafo ekomo na ohwe nhihye ode aba wo ka se o reduce ye effective tax from 21.9% to 20% said de be a ebetimi aboa na the system bi aba gu akwa mu ebetimi aboa ma efiefia ahodo ne nhihye ahodo mu de egu akwa mu ne betimi ama akwa ni mu onom ohwe anache se we no bese de we ye free so ama ba 20% ya flat rate
from 21.9%
to 20
and 1.9% free
so
right obi beka se enye enough obi nso be argue say half of loaf is better than none
okay
and he say we your calculation now fine 1.9% can make a difference but obi nso be ka say at least it me ba 15% baby na nka ye hu say burden no aba from so when you everyone so I'll be any day untumi nya ne hwe menye ye nti ye be ka say eya ne sa but to me there obi say akameka say eba form kakra ka ho a anka ebeboa se de ebe ya amanfo ho betimi ahenha wo mo kakra but ni nyina mu no 21.9 no they paid nti say about 20 a 1.9 no wo hwe the amount na utua now uti 1.9% free man at least kakra beka nti ye be fa ne sa ne sa
ade ba kunu so ye say local testers no unse edru ba bia ya na ka se nioma hodo e produce o Ghana hanu ne bo no ya na edne e che nioma e kra ba ne e ba te se
ntoma ni nyina nso ka ho na ma ye patronize foreign goods no because ntoma ye hye e ye Ghana wodie ye Ghana media ye imported a obeto no me de no be 100 cedis a wodie be 150 nti e basa nipa no obehwe value for money obekọ for imported one no eja locally manufactured fabric no e basa anso a emwa ye local industries no emom nso entimi engro nti ya na ha
nti sisi anhye no se de be ya ababebo no atimi abustu niema ntoma ne niema ye no e wo Ghana ha na afi wo yi eto no de afri so na aboama ankrankra adwuma wonmo a wo sa industry na sector no ebetumi abo mo ma ye ba ye mamu ntuma hodo na ye na ne bo no ebetumi aba from na etumi create jobs de ama ye mabu etumi aye no who sa move ne say
well of America say enye bad because ye ntuma ye wo ewo omaimu ana say meka say ye fabrics no enye bad o hwe texture no the quality of it now they compare chenchukuchon na me ma me frɛ no kofu ani achi wo de compare kofu ani achi na you could see say ye de ne ye far better but at the end of the day said the na America no nipa no have value for money and Ghana nipa do do say and compare quality to quantity nipa no pay the quantity of it and you be na check say oh okay we lesser enti mepe quality no eno ye mame obe compare akope quantity no eja quality no enti e basa nso a na yen ye de ayeye wo ha no egu en nipa dodo a textile company betimi afom adwuma no se egu na hwe ATL hwe GTP within fuwe ene ade enti se ni nyina eye vibrant na eye adwuma se de wo se ye na at least ebeboate unemployment so ewo man no mu se makofa bi free China aba China fo no mo si o mo na ese so mo ye kente ni kente o mo ye design e show bi no kwa abeka se kente uso ma na hu say $10 billion no sitting in our economy here in Ghana ujiri sese na o man ne beye ebeboa ye wo kwan pii so nti etumi kwa de sede waka ne de a ebeboa e wo kwan bebre so
right iti enche be sign akọ parliament na afi ya hwese ebia panyi ba ko bi ebetimi anya no na ye ne no akasa na ya hwese de nioma hodo a wo mo a na nyum sika semu empensempensem no mo ehwe ni mu no finance minister anya bia ne nsabode ekoto dwa no sen na wo mo ehu no edefa o take aways ni bia education sector hono no opanyi no aside say o se wo mo de ehihegu akwan mu ma fie mienu ye da ye ni mu no obehese double track system ye wo senior high school mu no ombeyi ede afri mu no hwe infrastructure ne oma hodo a wo mo kase wo mo ebitimi ayo wo sa budget ode ekotu dwamu a wo chese be se new junior high schools makomako be se 200 na wo mo eba be see across the country na chese 16 regions ni nyina no wo mo eba be see new 200 junior high schools and then ya wo eba be see primary schools no so about 200 and so on be see eba kindergartens no so a wo ebisi makomako be say 200 afi be say 4 unit teachers bungalows makomako be 400 ade say de wo eba be see and na washrooms ahodo and so be say 400 and wo de atredwa call education sector honma wonim ni nyina no nioma hudu bi akọ budget mu a obehu okwan a said finance minister de atudwa no Omampani John Dramani Mahama edi esinani so se ahomasua ene omabia fapem na se ahomasua betimi akonkan so a baabia akwada ne betena na womo atimi asuade environment a omo atimu a enkoba se school dan sama hodo ya yede atudwa no se womo eyesa ne omo we nyina na eyede betimi aboa na ama yenya quality education ama ne omatimi akọ enkama yenso etimi akọ so nti utimi say we no investment kese a abano de question educational sector hono.
Yes, offer meka say the second coming of Omampani John Dramani Mahama no utimi say ono ankasa as person no opese oja legacy bi ema ne ho na Ghana for the akai no ohun say o hwe the amount of money menka sectors bebre kura wodi remu ewo education and roads infrastructure no it tells you say opeso ojadi bi mane ho said ye na nado dan kwakufu ado every abo nyina so say wodi free senior high school beba na ye ne baby no now Mampani John Dramani Mahama hu say fine free senior high school no aba but o hwe ye nwumasua ho nsem a a free teacher na ho ya ye crèche na be see senior high school no saying an equality tier. Now, the free senior high school is there, but people are complaining about the quality of the free senior high school. And today, no no subeti mi aya, obema higher quality, why improve it upon it. Now, afi intino, enya me nwanwa say workers answer no because say uni mo my Ghana mu a say what in cry Kumasi Takra the Cape Coast ne sa regional capitals now. One hwe abeka say all is well with us as a country. But say utu kwan efri sa enkura kese mu na ukọ hinterlands na na obehu se enipa ebre pa yetumi kwa baabi na obi abisa me se Kwame enti aha nyina amanfo te ha you see sometimes say uti Accra ha na
asa wo se Ghana nyina
ni ya wadwen se Ghana nyina na Accra Kumasi a you will get it wrong. Praise be say me bi say enti we sure say baby a yekọ memmu hodin by me no call baby a after elections no o ka kire me say after 1 week no wanye sure say omo wo sa baby a yekọ ye no o mate kura say ya bobo aba mo Omampani Mahama nwini na me say enemre me wo mu say omo wa akiri baby omo hye no access to some basic communities bi enye easy wo ho but me ye sure say one dey wonyi ni say o mate because baby a wonante koi pa ne enipa ete ho no nti it tells you say omobre nti sa akwala ate sa community num go school na wo say woni obi a okọ ICS Ghana National ni ade same exams no so no mo kwaturo ade na bro kwa kofa computer be so na mouse no kura wontimi nso osoma na ne nse wo so enso woni akwala ade bia woni nam ne tablet ne iPad so na ekoturo sa same ICT no enti ujiri se enye disadvantage ma those in the rural communities no enti nkakra na se tumi provide some infrastructure and some basic communities bi emoma na ye bridge gap no nkakra se anye pekra na at least se eye 50-100 a ebeboa sense say ebinum number bi a meka se eye 0
okay
said the madam bi ka senior high school bi wo ho a unyenya admission wo ho no ma unim se uwobi
okay
okọ sua kakra ka ho no wanya baabi nso wo ho no ma unya admission na unim se f da ho twen nti wo na ese wo for susua ade na wa be pesi ansa no wa baabi nti e be dey se obenya sa na ete pepepe ewo from basic to senior high school nti se yetumi mo sa enema kakra na megidi se ebeboa ama nmasua ho nsem no ebe ya akọ no because say wuti me nya hwe se oba bi akọ aban school oh yes eya no kura wase ye kan me nya sure me metia me ba bia nkwa aban school enye se bia bibia ntreo ye was a perception they say the quality of education at government schools no or the total private schools no ho a enye sa na
train teachers our how ni be nyom dey free
and so yes
teachers pa mo
obi be wie training college actually dey wa aban school na obi e the SS certificate akọkire private school and so obeba abetwa achend ono eye train teacher no obi say ahun say ntira even the teacher motivation kra na ewo yen government schools no teachers no mchade ho enhyem kuran wo ni nyina ka ho na ama ase aban school no yehu ne se enye papa but se enkakra na yetumi ema wo mo enema ne akade bi a ebeboa megidi se ebema enwumasua wo man mu no aya akono titiriu ene aban schools ahodo no ama ebedumre bi no obi ti hono ma ne kon bedo se o ma memfa me banko aban school because sometimes ukodu aban schools ni bi na hwe dan ya o motim bi o hokura yesi yetwa akore 4 AC 4 corners ne ye de abewira no de say papa ne asese agusoro na o moti ase en ahomete obekọ na obi da fom na furu so no wo tworo nti ugiri se nipa wada fom atwora wo ka so nkwotena table so ntwora die na besie ko wonye used to table no enya ne photo so se nke wo se ba ne sa your mind no na ese provide man but ye ni nti I think say it's about time e wo se ye ma ye ni ku ye nwumasua no ho yie se ye se o man no ye chibremu eye enwumasua de a e wo se ye ma ye ni ku ho because ye se empani to say konkwada ade empani fu a ye hu mu na nyina no o mu fedi out nkakra be ye kakra no na me ne umienu nso ye ko enti nkwala na ye de o man ne be hye o nsa ne tete ye be na ye se ye de mo na daache ye de o man ne hye o nsa omatimi asomu yie de amaye
right o short time na 30 minutes after 8 and chess sorry so na afi jumadi ahodo ya aka no timi etwa so nanke ye hwe se parliament wono ye call ma niam ekoso but as a parliament no omudi adane nyum to ya present ya wie mama bibia akoso awie
say amansi kakra so asori afi chamber
because eduru ba bia ya na mrashimjafo ko koma sembebra na akwete se de omo ompe so omo sedi o but enyum na afa wedi nyuma giram na wedi nyuma giram enipa trance fitia no pa besisa bra
ka so enim say after budget presentation no it was a both sides leaders no e make your statement any ade so if you keep singing to nyom na sa brebe no be sa statement am was sorry afi die ko so ni ye wo fa no ne ye brothers impanifo ene ye nananom ne ade se kura de ye nananom o maka ho se we speaker fi no ma o makwaye ye nuanom mpanifo ne ye nuanom nketua binom wom ne ade because be me ensa bi o ma o mo ye nuanom nketua ne ade ne mo nyɛ saa
right eti we no ene nioma ahodo a ekoso parliament na enche na chese ye call no na fe ye ne enseptwe ne akuasa poma akwatwetwe enkomo na ya hwe sede nioma etie honom ama bibia atime akoso nti akuasa poma ne enseptwe ne parliament ye kɔ ne nchen
ewo parliament house na sade efi anapamu onua yabebo yesesene ewo ha no musen a eniema ensama hodo a etwago efi anapa nyina no yede esom yetiefo ena fe yahwefo nyina no eno ho a ena yeda so wo ye kasai don hwere mienu ene kakra achi a finance minister honorable Dr. Ato Forsen ebepiemu ewo mrahye na budget obekenkan ye 2026 year edi animu oman yi die ebekọ ne bobre ene netebia wabeboboso bako ede anafo nyina ama yehunu sade afia edi animu sade eniema ebesi akoso ewo hanom sei na eniema na se ensam a wotaka ye ne de na eye bebreka ebeka ne se all angles nyina no oka bibi ede fa honom se upiemu ewo educational waka bibi ede fa education ho ade eye kese ewo honom pa eyade se afia yesimu womo eye nhyehyeye ne womo yi ede afiri ho omo eyi de afiri ho no omo sisi schools edan bebre na sade be ya mofra no betimi anya school mo akọ na afei books ahodo yi a womo ede be ma school fo na afei even KG blog nyina no omo ehwe se womo ebesi ni nyina ebi ewo ho no hospital so no okasa bebre ede fa hospital ho a upie mo Ashanti regional de na eno so ye kese ewo ho no pa sewa aban ayaresabia eno so no omo ehwe na womo de nhyehyeye agu na akwamu na bibia atimi akọ iye kama ewo honomo sika ahodo bebre so na ene aban no atimi allocate se wode behwe na womo atimi ede aboa eye institutions government institutions no ahodo bebre na womo ebehwe na womo ede aboa na ansane ye beto aso na yabobo so no ma ye ne honorable Honorable Thomas MP Narugu Garu and Honorable Yamakwaba TV when Yabaka say and someone adroso a hit from pa and a wenny edge one wish I say a boy constituency for
the Ebebuame constituency the 10-kilometer route. Ebebuame constituency. Another thing, Ebebuame constituency, the senior high school, on building infrastructure to make it a boarding school to accommodate more children in the school to study. The Ebebua Garu, the water project system. Mobe develop water project system for Garu. Ebebua. The most important in the agric mechanization center. Garu Benya agric mechanization center. You was so who cannot buy tractors in the agric mechanization center buy you buy tractors you buy harrowers you buy planters you buy sprayers bibia into farmers be farming na aduane be bruso. Another thing to the they say almost say choose 10 agenda 111 to complete yeah sure na you pray say Garun kan ho you push it me sure say 90% there were
okay nature say one person no e bi e wo ho no more that I sure completion be say how many percent na do
aka 31% na complete nti ye hope say ye de ne be ka ho na ya complete na Garu be district hospital e be fefe ama Garu for nti ye hope bebre nti schools no o be build toilet rooms na bibia ma student o mo say furniture beba furniture neba about million dual chairs furniture beba nti ye schools no sisi akura no abofra no o mo nda form tina cheer so no almost feel it to say Accra students no more suya na amaye in future old men no be far country no a ruling country to me no budget is very solid amaye right
okay honorable yeda wasepa ma yemfa wo ensi ha no mo say ye koso a say ye benya empanifo say dey yaka no budget no ni nyina anya aba na wieye na budget no eba na wieye na wo hwe ahosepe ene anigye ahohoaho a eye NDC fo a ewo chamber nimu e de enwomto ehyehyɛ so ewo honom no na akoye anika sempa yie na sade abibia ya na ye kan ne sɛ wo bepie mu ewo eye parliament hanom senya eye de sɛ omu nyina eye anuafo NPP fo no mo pese wo mo eto nwom no bi so no wo hwɛ wo mo dɔm na eye de sɛ NDC fo no ɔma no ɛboro wo mo so pa yie etina de wo mo yɛse wo mo ɛbeto na sɛ NDC fo no so no ɛhyɛ ase na kwekwekoye sɛ wo mo ejai wo mo ɛde no but ni nyina mu no ɛnsiase etimi ɛyɛ adwuma ɛma NDC fo no eduru mri bi no wo mo ɛka wo ma no ɛde etumu ɛma NPP fo so no etimi enya akwanya ma wo so no wo mo timi ɛgye wo mani enjoy ya kasa yi de afei ɛna wo mo bedi bibia ɛbɛba na wieye ɛwɔ chamber no emu yada so a ɛwɔ atweye mu a niema nsam ahodo a ɛkɔso ɛwɔ hase no yɛde ɛbɛso mo midi ɛde akuya sapomasa poyo
na chese akuya sapoma ho na yekoye ewo emrahye bedwafi a wade de akoso ewo ene emrahye bedwafi ho nyina ede asom ye sabre de 2026 budget statement no Rakaso ato forcing ede ni nyina akotudwa ewo emrahye bedwafi we eye amamra wotintim na afia pema hankran de okrom yi no 1992 constitution no ene hye no say November bosumi no mu bia no enu se yempa mu no na ewo so okọ emrahye bedwafi na okọ kenkan o man na kọ homasika ewo de yede bewura afefufuro num se de ebeya ebetimi aboa eno enene wakoye ne saa ede ama ma yenso yede coverage ni nyina ede asomu free awia na ebesi sabre de yebema yimuso afri nkonwa kesi so na yahwe se yebekọ na nyame ya adoma ekina nopa no ma chi team no ena afei yensempa team no etena se ewo TV ena afei radio so a na yatumi ede de aka nyina ede asom ahwefo ene etiefo enti ekina anopa General Captain Smart ebetena se wo maache so wonu TV so na afi Kwame Apia Kubi na ansa na yebekọ no wo de ma yensan komra hye bedwafie na yentie kane no former Deputy Finance Minister Steven Amwa Steka yenti or the same you be air to ya.
When you go talk to them, this one show this that you should stop insulting us. So every day we will be very happy.
Live into the Wukani live.
Yes.
And and then Jumadia a course so ever Hanu say budget a one summer course or Wakwaya Mupenia na Oshe Sikasam a sone a one near Masono. If man a touch will part more say a buying a bombarding.
There we are buying on your she. I'm not lying to you. I'm buying your bonnet and 1 year papa. So me jina catch you say when this year buying o ma san o mo nya hwea me nye good citizen and am be catch you say this year buying aye adwuma me nye good citizen abai bia ba foforo afi edikan no o de ye ne hye pa mienu a ye yisu o man sika ye expend the obroni friend statutory ye o hye mra to say common fund guard fund ni NHIS ni ade no and the abai no ntimi nya ho hwe and your dear friend discretionary policy and the abina shaya oh yeah ediabuama yesika sam anyini and Ukraine 1 year no abina take off sir enti ade bia ya enjoy say economically 2024 last quarter mopa monkofa budget statement amenia Dr. Toforsen obekan ne han otwuro ni nyina wom enti ndc abina the politics na say omoye na emo obi so beka che say ndc abina ma no homoden a oni across your politics. A free next year, and you be say you, or more yard, you met my age man. Say, dear, Mestre.
Okay, Honorable Matthias,
we are very neutral now. If I want to be honest, because nobody can blame Atoforsen or the NDC government, and nobody can say they are doing well. Let's see what comes out next year.
Okay, Honorable. Okay, me that's not Honorable Osha and Shaya Hodwa and one more Ediagu Kwamu, Efa a schools and home education and home ye health, honesa and near mano ye project Hodwa Honorable who is saying pa.
Oh, and she said Sabi said I know I do what do I not done really well. And I know ya the Babosiano. It's easier said than done. Obiya budgeta or church and some kama sineniso. So betting a different thing. Untimia a different thing. So Nina comes back to the American and say, yeah, next year. Because they say the Ghana for exchange rate of my enjoy a MPP buying. And be honest with you, they haven't done anything. Economy inflation eba from anya no inflation free or homu chichemu aduonum na chire pobako 54.1%. No more budget na baba say 23 enti na ato aso kofom enya wo mo. I'm be honest with you omo budget man na empempensu esika nyini homu chichemu enum chire ponso 5.7%, even higher than 2016. Eti were able to restore the economy se ko how mu Ghana for Baba enjoy. Next year.
Right, Titi, Nacha Sekia Sapoma, and Afrinsuncia Sumrache Bidjani, yes, Steve Amoa, Dr. Steve Amoa, no African and Koma, and ye budget statements are finance minister, I call parliament, your home, and somewhere they brought in Comotuchinina, ye ACA. Nanso Kaisam Rashavia for no Edaswa El Honma, your budget statement, a free both. Side nafi the omuhu budget no there won some betu janti yedi kan aka research na ye beto aso ade amai da se safety anopa oni atena bisi sabri
list of allocations. What he failed to add that in the 2025 budget that he brought to this house, we had director of operations at the Jubilee House at the presidency, who publicly said every month the presidency gives 20,000 Ghana cedi to each constituency. A total 66 million. Where did they get that money from? Mr. Mustafa Bandi, the Deputy General Secretary of of NDC and Director of Operations at the presidency, he publicly said that every month the presidency gives 20,000 cedis to each constituency. The Minister of Finance has not accounted for this. How that money is given, time will tell. Mr. Speaker, Parliament, the minister has failed to consider the work of Parliament. He provides a paltry sum to Parliament when Parliament is the only body that does oversight. Parliament is an important organ of state. When the minister himself is a minister, is a member of Parliament, and fails to recognize the Parliament and its work, and you say we should hail you. Look at the ministers and their faces. Mr. Speaker, 2025, he should tell us the releases he gave them. When he was mentioning some of the figures, the ministers were looking as if this is the first time they were seeing the figures. Was there any consultation? Mr. Speaker, was there any consultation? Did they even know what was going to be in the budget? Mr. Speaker, ni a vote kahame ameke akenuchumomba ameke wake akenuchumomba abaha 24-hour economy, one job 3 shifts yano yakwe gamashi teshi la nungwa yute ameke ingwe 24-hour economy yo nichumwe yo almost a jumanu wayi musi 24-hour economy, and then we buy a 24-hour economy. One can watch them. So more 24-hour economy. One job, 3 shifts in Owahi. Why women is who MPs no moon to me come constituency.
Minority leader. Minority leader.
I'm going to translate.
Your
to which?
No, I don't need a translation.
Oh,
I think your time is up. For the comments.
Mr. Speaker, it's okay. Mr. Speaker, it's okay.
This is
after Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members.
You see your man. You see.
Honorable members.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Once in opposition, indeed, I have heard Ghanaians ask if it is too late to replace them with the CPP as the official opposition. Mr. Speaker, Parliament was given a budget of 1.1 billion in 2025. In this year's budget, Parliament is being given a proposed figure of 1.6 billion. And you are aware. Mr. Speaker, if ministers are quiet, it is because this budget was presented to ministers in cabinet and they approved it before it was brought to you. So they are aware. They are aware of all the figures. Everything in the budget was approved in cabinet where all these ministers were in attendance. Mr. Speaker, I am surprised that you didn't hear that the 24-hour economy program, there is a budgetary allocation of 150 million Ghana cedis. So I'm surprised that you didn't listen. Mr. Speaker, I am not surprised that Ghanaians are now clamoring for you to be replaced by CPP as the official opposition. Mr. Speaker, we thank the Minister for Finance. His work clearly has been very commendable. This country is being turned around. Mr. Speaker, it is obvious inflation figures have drastically reduced to single digits. Mr. Speaker, we are paying our debts. Mr. Speaker, international rating agencies are giving us better ratings. Mr. Speaker, this budget and the expenditure of last year and the effort to stabilize the economy is what will create the jobs. The youth should be hopeful. What happened yesterday? Where those young 6 ladies died trying to find a job is a serious indictment of how the economy of this country was managed in the past 8 years. Mr. Speaker, I have confidence that this budget is going to create jobs, and the numbers, close to 800,000 jobs, will be created. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, by the time the Accra-Kumasi Expressway gets to Kumasi, I believe all the elephants will run away from Kumasi. Mr. Speaker,
Majority Leader,
let me conclude by thanking the Right Honourable Speaker for giving us an opportunity, and to thank the Finance Minister for coming to this House to present the budget statement. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, I invite you to the order paper addendum. Order paper addendum. Order paper addendum. Order paper addendum at the commencement of public business. Item 1, presentation of papers. The following papers to be presented by the Minister for Finance. Roman 1.
Contract agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Finance, Ghana Revenue Authority, and Judah Investment Limited for the provision of public and digital inspection solution to modernize customs administration and enhance revenue mobilization.
Honourable members, the contract agreement has been duly presented. It is referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House. Roman number 2.
Request for the review of the investment policy and management of the Ghana Petroleum Funds in accordance with Section 31A of the Petroleum Revenue Management Act 2011, Act 815.
Honourable members, this paper has been duly presented and it is referred to the Committee on Economy and Development for consideration and report to the House. Roman number 3.
Master agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Finance, Ghana Revenue Authority, and Tata Consultancy Services Limited for professional services.
Honourable members, the master agreement has been duly presented and it is referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House. Roman number 4.
Request for waiver of tax on the income of Tata Consultancy Services Limited as service provider and value-added tax amounting to the Ghana cedi equivalent of $10,460,000 United States dollars on imported services under the implementation of the Integrated Tax Administration System project.
Honourable members, the request has been duly presented. It is referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House. Honorable members, we have item 2. I want to know whether the instrument is ready. Presentation of instruments. It's also by the Minister for Finance. Honorable members, I manage the House. I manage the House. Please, let's complete the laying of the consequent papers from the presentation of the statement. Then I can listen to your leader. Please. Honorable members, presentation of instruments. Minister for Finance.
Public Procurement, Thresholds for Approving Authorities and Procurement Methods Regulations, 2025.
Honorable members, this instrument has been duly presented and is referred to a committee on subsidiary legislation for consideration and report to the House. Item 3, presentation and first reading of bills. 3A.
An act to repeal the COVID-19 Health Recovery Levy Act 2021, Act 1068, and to provide for related matters.
Honorable members, the bill is read the first time and referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House. 3B.
An act to revise and consolidate the law related to the imposition of the value-added tax and to provide for related matters.
Honorable members, the value-added tax is read the first time and referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House. 3C.
An act to regulate and the provision of a virtual asset service in or from the country and to provide for related matters.
3C.
An act to amend the National Health Insurance Act 2012.
The bill is read the first time and referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report. 3D.
An act to amend the National Health Insurance Act 2012, Act 852, to allocate 20% of monies of the National Health Insurance Fund to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, to allow for the deductibility of the National Health Insurance Levy and to provide for related matters.
Honorable members, the bill is also referred to the Committee on Finance for consideration and report to the House. 3E.
An act to amend the Ghana Education Trust Fund Act 2000, Act 581, to provide financing for free secondary education, free tertiary education for persons with disability, and free education for persons with special needs, and to allow for the deductibility of the Ghana Education Trust Fund levy.
Honorable members, the bill is read the first time and referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House. Honorable members, we have some items in the original order paper. Honorable members, item 8 on the order paper. Item 8 on the order paper. Majority Leader.
You need to present this as well.
The following papers to be presented by the Minister for Finance. 8A.
Annual report on the collection and utilization of the African Union Import Levy for the 2025 fiscal year.
Honorable members, the annual report is referred to the Committee on Finance for consideration and report to the House. 8B.
Annual report on the petroleum funds for the 2025 fiscal year.
Honorable members, the annual report of the petroleum funds is also referred to the Committee on Finance for consideration and report to the House. 8C.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the National Lottery Authority for the year 2024.
Honorable members, the annual statement of the Audit Committee is also referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House. Honorable members, Honorable members, well, you all know it. It's great to be young. So, yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, I struggled to catch your eye. Mr. Speaker, I was raising an important matter regarding the order paper addendum. Mr. Speaker, ordinarily, item 3 on page 2 is very consequential after the budget presentation. But Mr. Speaker, if you look at item 1I, IV, Mr. Speaker, these are very serious matters. Mr. Speaker, my colleague, the Majority Leader, is here. In all fairness to me and my colleagues in leadership, Mr. Speaker, when these things happen, our back sometimes carries a certain impression as though we are in the know. There was no engagement. Mr. Speaker, we are dealing with a tax, a VAT exemption of $10 million being given to a company. This is the finance minister who is against tax exemption. I am saying that, Mr. Speaker, it is only fair. It is only fair that if the government side intends to do this, we discuss. Mr. Speaker, we had a pre-sitting. These important matters were never discussed. You look at, Mr. Speaker, a digitalization contract between GRA and Trudeau Investment Limited. Mr. Speaker, we don't know anything. It was a reason why I got up. Mr. Speaker, it is only fair. The practice is that the two leaders were engaged. But when you print other paper at the end of, we don't know anything about it, then it is announced. Mr. Speaker, it is never the practice. I've been where he is before, and they know, Dr. And he knows that at every point, especially on addendum, he will never agree to surprises. He knows that. Finance Minister, be fair. Mr. Speaker, they shouldn't always create a certain impression that we are in this house to litigate on every matter. I feel very bad when they create that impression. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the whole country is watching us. The whole world is watching us. Mr. Speaker, our rules are very clear. Days ago, I had occasion to tell minority leader that we must begin to honor and respect our rules. Mr. Speaker, our rules in Order 126 says that the chair shall be heard in silence, and the chair is the speaker. And let me read the provisions. It says that the speaker is responsible for the maintenance of order and observance of the rules of debate in the House. Whenever the speaker addresses the House, any member standing shall immediately resume the member's seat, and the speaker shall be heard in silence. Mr. Speaker, whilst we are addressing this House and facilitating the laying of papers in this House, our friends opposite did not only remain standing in their feet, but were singing, obstructing, disrespecting you, disrespecting the chair, disrespecting the mace, and disrespecting the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, you may choose to tolerate that, but this side of the House will not tolerate that. We will not tolerate that. Mr. Speaker, I, based on Order 33.2, I want to raise a question of contempt and abuse of privilege. Mr. Speaker, we must begin to enforce our rules. We must begin to enforce our rules. Mr. Speaker, this side of the House, we can match you 2 by 1, 2 by 1, 2 by 1. And after we have matched you 2 to 1, 2 to 1, we will still have excess. We will still have excess. We still have excess of over 30 something. Mr. Speaker, I demand that the minority leader now apologizes to your good self for this gross misconduct and misbehavior. Mr. Speaker, if he does not, I will raise a question of contempt of parliament and abuse of privilege and ask you to rule on it now. I am giving you an opportunity. I am giving you an opportunity. Mr. Speaker, this house will not be abused by Honorable Afenyo-Markin. He's too small. He's too small to abuse this mace. He's too small to disrespect the Speaker whilst all of us sit and watch you. So I am raising a question of contempt of parliament and breach of privilege, and I'm asking you to rule on that matter. Refer all of them to the Privileges Committee. We have their identities, we recorded it, and Mr. Speaker, we will have the Privileges Committee go into this. Mr. Speaker, as the majority leader and leader of this House, and as the Speaker, we owe it a duty to this country to make sure Parliament, its image, its integrity, its reputation is maintained. We will be reneging on our responsibility if we allow behavior like what we have seen today to persist. We have come to the end of it. Mr. Speaker, if they can misconduct themselves, small as they are, if we don't take action, we should forever remain silent when this side of the House also decides to take action against them. So, Mr. Speaker, I am raising breach of privilege pursuant to Order 31O of the Standing Orders, which says any act or omission which affronts the dignity or authority of Parliament, or which tends either directly or indirectly to bring the name of Parliament into disrepute. So, Speaker, what they have done, persistently violating our standing orders, standing whilst you are addressing the House, singing disrespectfully whilst you are addressing the House, clearly falls within the prohibitions of Order 31O. Acts affronting the dignity or authority of Parliament. We cannot allow Afenyo-Markin and the Nketekete minority to destroy the image of this House. I don't have a problem. I know they have destroyed the image of their party already. That's right. And I earlier indicated that I know Ghanaians who are asking if it is not too late. They want to replace the MPP opposition with the CPP as the official opposition. But they have gone too far, Mr. Speaker. And I raise a question of contempt and abuse of privilege, and I invite you to give a ruling on that matter, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, I think we've transacted two very important matters today, we managed to get the approval of the House of the President's nominee to the position of Chief Justice of this country. We have also got the Minister for Finance to present the budget statement and economic policy for the 2026 financial year. These are two very important events that have occurred, and I think that we have done well. As to the issue that the minority leader has raised, the effect being that the leaders of the House, having consulted on some items, based on the lack of their consultation, those items should not be brought to the House and be given to the House for them to consider the government business in that respect. I find that very unfortunate because no decision is taken today. It's just business that is being presented to the House. And the matter, as I've stated earlier, has been referred to the relevant committees to consider and report to the House. The House will now have the opportunity to debate, to deliberate, to do what they want with the business that has been referred. So the fact that the two of you have not been able to consult each other should not prevent the Speaker from admitting the business to be presented to the House for consideration. Not at all. It's a matter that you, the leaders, could discuss later on. But we have business to do. As part of my duty as a Speaker is to protect the minority. It's also a duty of the Speaker to make sure that government business is not obstructed. I did that from 2021 to 2024, when those to my left were to my right. I'm doing the same now. Please. We have tolerated each other for some time now. I did indicate that I'm not going to use the gavel. I'll be using the hammer. But please, I learned a lot of lessons from the holy books, both the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran. And the prodigal son was giving a feast. And so, honorable members, let's don't end the day on a bad note. Let's end the day on a good note. At the appropriate time, the Speaker will take the necessary action to bring real discipline and order to this House. Please, let's leave it here and complete the other business that are before us. I don't want us to go beyond this. We still have two more important businesses I want us to carry on. I want the House to work together as we've been doing. These are important matters, particularly the consideration of the budget and economic policy of the government. I want us to consider what happened yesterday. The country is not in a joyful mood. I expect that we should understand understand the situation and try as much as possible to debate with cool heads. I expect that you should all be able to tolerate each other. It's not that what you do doesn't hurt me. It does many a times, because you all accept that I'm the father of the house. And sometimes you get up and say, with the greatest respect, then you are wondering what kind of respect that is. Those of us who were hunters know that anytime the monkey wants to bite you, it will clean the place first before biting. So when you get out and say with the greatest respect, I know you are cleaning the place, but you are going to bite. Many of you are not hunters, so you don't understand these things. Me, coming from Saito, I've learned a lot. Those of you who went to something international, that's where you are now. You are not a Ghanaian, you are not a European, you are not an American. You don't know who you are. This is what Ghana is faced with. No identity, no character, nothing. It's just a name that they are human beings. So how for do? I'll leave it at that. Honorable members, I will want to plead with the majority leader not to insist on moving that motion. Let us continue to tolerate each other and work together. At the appropriate time, the rules will be applied. And I assure you, it's not on one side, it will be on both sides. Please. I know what I'm doing. And when the hammer falls, you see the applaud from the good people of Ghana. I assure you, I'll have the full support, including your parties. So please, let's go on. We have the third reading of the long-standing bill before the House, and it's just the third reading. That bill has been here for months, and the minister has been present since morning just because of this bill and then the budget. And so it's not the culture of the House to ignore such things. But I'll listen to you, Minority Chief Whip, before I... Majority Leader.
So, Speaker, I haven't heard you congratulate and discharge the Minister for Finance so that he can go back to his seat as a member of Parliament.
You are right. You are right. Let me, on behalf of the House, thank you, the Minister for Finance, for coming to the House and on behalf of His Excellency the President, present the budget statement and economic policy for the 2026 financial year. We are extremely grateful, and I know that you enjoyed the music. You didn't take it otherwise than people trying to at least refresh themselves after sitting for many, many hours. That is how I read it, and I think that is understandable. It's only we have to get the leaders to modulate some of the orchestra and the singing bands so that we can do business in harmony. So, Minister, we are extremely grateful and you are discharged. Yes, Honorable Minority Chief Whip.
Speaker, I am exceedingly grateful. And Speaker, I'm happy you have called the very business we were all anticipating to be called. Speaker, let me take this opportunity to make pleadings to the majority leader. And if he recalls, at conclave, he had made the point, because we even suggested that we were at third reading, and he had made the point, no, we should just come and read the budget and call the day off. Now it has become necessary that we take this very item. When we walk into the chamber, I kept drawing the attention of the front bench on the other side that this is just the third reading. Let's take it. So the point I'm emphasizing on is we should learn to reach out. We should just learn to reach out. Majority Leader, today, for instance, because I'm sorry if I know we are all fatigued. We had to stage a compromise for the collective interest of this House. When Honorable Habib had to withdraw his motion, and Majority Leader, I heard you when you reach out to us. Yeah, to take it some other day. When you reach out to us, we understood and we yielded to your call. You see, so it's a give and take. It's a give and take. When the leader, our leader, was on his feet, it was only drawing our attention to the fact that if we had mentioned to him that these businesses were supposed to be laid, we will not be opposed to it. But it's just a show of respect and magnanimity so that we understand that this House, regardless of the numbers, is a two-sided House. I am pained by the way we are prosecuting business. You cannot tell me to sit down. If you want to speak, catch the eye of the speaker. What do you mean? You can't tell me to sit down. What do you mean? No, you cannot do that. You should catch the eye of the speaker.
Please.
Speaker,
address me.
You should. I am in leadership.
I'm locating them.
Show me some respect.
I'll handle them. Please. Yes, please address me.
Speaker, so I am simply saying that Majority Leader, we respect you. Many occasions we defer to you. Ever since I came to this House, I have never disrespected you. But sometimes the way you go about carrying your business, you don't carry the entire House along. Anytime you need us to compromise, when you reach out to us, we often yield to you. So we want to plead with you. Majority Leader, Mr. Majority Leader, we want to plead with you. We will not come to this House to obstruct government business. No, we will not. So just reach out to us, just to talk to us. You are human as you are. We know you have a business to prosecute. And I have been a majority chief way before. This is just the beginning of a cycle. We are now going to go for, you will lay it, don't worry. We are now going to take about 50 motions. You cannot have all your numbers all the days. Well, you will be there and be saying this. There will be times that you will need us to compromise. Speak, you can find out from your majority leader. We work together. Let's work together. Because we are, our colleagues should know that we need to work together. Nobody is perfect here. Sometimes I am paying the way we are being treated. We are in the minority, so what? We can make very good suggestions for the prosecution of government business.
Honorable Minority Chief Whip, I think enough is enough. I know that the leaders on daily basis have been cooperating, because on daily basis I hold meetings with you people at the lobby, and I participate in your trade-offs, trying to accommodate each other. And so when on the floor, sometimes we disagree. I think it's better for you to do what you are doing on the floor outside the floor. Particularly when we are in the lobby in conclave, you can raise these things. But don't let the public have a perception that you don't cooperate with each other. Because I can give copious evidence, supported by documentary evidence, as to how you have cooperated with each other up to date. I'm a living witness, so please, sometimes, whether for some other reasons you want to achieve some other goals, I don't know. That's why sometimes I'm also compelled to say it's a surprise to me. So please, let's leave it at that, Majority Leader. And then, outside the glare of the public, we can use the usual channels of communication as we refer to and settle some of these differences. Please, let's continue with the business. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, definitely this House revolves around dialogue and cooperation. And I know that everybody in this country who has observed me in the last 8 months that I've sat here will confirm that I'm one of the most accommodating persons in this chamber. Everybody will confirm that.
Onuye TV, Onuye TV, Onuye TV, yajene omupa,
Onuye TV, yajene omupa.
For Emraso say at any rate, Sinkonya, na yade GP of Fee, Edison Live, Ewonia TV, so Sharon so say.